Hello everyone and welcome back to Dragon Age Veilguard with Chaos Counseling. I apologize if my voice sounds a little weak. I'm recovering from another bout of really terrible illness. I think we should be good. I might just be a little quieter than usual. Words. So, last time we basically did nothing but character quests and side quests, so we're actually going to get to some main story today. I don't know how much of the main story we're going to get to, simply due to the fact that I don't really hold this against this game, because I do actually really like it, but this game does have stretches where it's like, okay, you're gonna want to do as much you're gonna want to do a fuck ton of side quests before you actually get back to the main story. So just due to that fact, okay, yeah. And I think I don't remember if I like messed around with this helmet off camera just when I was messing around with gear, but yeah, I got this helmet. I thought it paired well with the Grey Warden armor, so I'm like, I'm gonna try and see if I like it with this helmet on. I might end up turning it off just because I now can't see my character's hair kind of trailing behind me, and I do really like that kind of dread ponytail that I gave my character. But
come back soon.
As of right now, I'm going to stick with it. And I also should mention, I'm going to try to keep the noise down, but I've basically got a bag of cough drops with me.
That's it?
Just to try to make sure that I don't end up going into a coughing fit on stream. That being said, I do have a... I was actually able to get some antibiotics I was able to get some antibiotics prescribed to me, and I do think those are already starting to help. So I'm hoping the really awful coughing fits are behind me right now.
What were we saying? So if you can, then you've got what it takes. Sounds a lot like Grey Wardens.
Sorry, for a second I forgot Veilguard's control scheme, and I was trying to be like...
We had a few of those.
I was trying to employ Inquisition's combat scheme. Which makes sense. I've played Inquisition way more than I've played this game, so... And I've been in such a brain fog these past couple days because of how sick I've been.
Hey, Rook.
Hey, Harding.
Wasn't it a mistake? You know how
Actually,
finicky
hold
those
on one
magical
second.
defense systems be.
Yeah, I do want hidden during conversations at the very
It's
least.
just so sad. I'm sure.
Why did Morgan want to meet in Minrathous? Isn't she helping the Veil Jumpers in Arlathan?
Yeah, but... oh.
Indeed. But today we have a guest, and she needed the anonymity that only a city provides.
Well,
That's
look
fair.
who it is.
Good to see you, Lace.
Rook, you remember how Varric and I served the Inquisition? Well, this is Inquisitor Llewellyn, the woman who led us all.
How many famous people do you know, Harding? Should I expect the Divine to show up?
She also served in the Inquisition, but we didn't talk much.
Morrigan and Harding have told me about what you've accomplished since taking over for Varric. You've put together an impressive team, and you've got the best chance, maybe the only chance, to stop Elganon and Gillenane.
Actually, I just realized it's kind of funny, because in Inquisition, Varric the dwarf character, it's like, hey, I know somebody, like, aka the main character from the previous game, let me introduce you. And in this game, Lace, the main character, the dwarf from the previous game, is now introducing us to the main character from the previous game.
I won't let you down.
Don't worry about me. Worry about the people you've recruited and about the people depending on you. I only sealed the breach because I had people like Cassandra, Leliana, and Cullen with me from the start. Without Dorian's magic and Josephine's diplomacy, we never would have come together to stop Corypheus. Years later, I had to disband the Inquisition, but I never lost the friends who had gotten me through it all.
The real treasure
Ultimately,
of the friends we made along the way.
They're the only ones you can really count on. Do right by them, and you'll find your way.
We've got the makings of a good team, I think. We'll do our best.
And while you do so, Rook, the Inquisitor will do her best to ensure that the rest of the world remains intact. A daunting prospect, given that most of the South is under siege by Darkspawn.
It's that bad?
If not for the Inquisitor, the South would have collapsed completely. She has not been idle while you assembled your team.
I thought the gods were mostly active up here. It's really that bad in the south?
Elganon and Gillenane have indeed restricted their activities to the north. But the forces they deployed to the south, the strange new Darkspawn, have spread fear and corruption greater than any blight in history.
So I'm a little sad we
Darkspawn
don't
have
never
cut
really
through
go
the
south
center of Orlais.
in this game.
Valrorio and Halam Shiral are barely holding out. Ferelden would have fallen already, if not for help from Orzammar. With Denerim lost, the Fereldans are holding the line at Redcliffe. The Free Marchers have the worst of it. Acting Viscount Aveline Valen led the evacuation of Kirkwall. She's taking her people and what's left of her army to help Prince Vale keep Starkhaven.
Maker, we didn't know. My ma...
Don't worry. I called in a favor with the Divine. Your mother's safe with some old friends.
Thank you.
The Inquisition might be gone, but my name still carries some weight. I've used it to get people working together where they can. Again, the South is my problem, not yours, Rogue. You stop the gods, and I'll make sure the rest of Thedas doesn't fall to the Blight.
If the south is in such turmoil, why come up here just to talk? And how did you get here so fast?
Did you think you were the only one to unlock the secrets of the Illuvians?
Morgan helped the Inquisition use the Illuvians to travel.
While I lack the Dreadwolf's Viravus, I may still scurry between the walls of this world to be where I might do the most good. The
Thanks,
Inquisitor
Morgan.
asked to meet you, and I thought it might help you to meet her.
I've been having trouble getting people in authority to listen to us. If you help with some of your political strength...
My political strength. Tevinter hates me. The Venatori helped make sure of that. And while I have a few friends in the Wardens, their leadership hasn't much cared for me since we clashed at Adamant Fortress.
Which is
The
funny
Inquisitor did not
because
come all this way to
that
leave you with
was-
empty words,
in my route,
however.
I didn't
She
banish
brought
the Wardens or
something
anything.
no one else could.
A wolf statuette. We've found others like it in the crossroads. Where'd you find yours?
I found it right around the time Solus's ritual failed, when he was pulled into the Fade. We've examined the magic, and it's tied to the Veil. To him. Somehow.
Solus is ancient, and his magic is part of him in a way far beyond that of mortals. I suggest you take it to the crossroads and see if something in the lighthouse calls to it. Perhaps it will yield some insight into your new ally.
I appreciate it. Solus has been helpful while he's trapped in the Fade. But anything that can help me get inside his head will help counter him getting inside mine.
Wisely spoken. Solus rarely lies directly, but he finds ways to weave the truth into a noose you find yourself wearing.
Yep, like
Solus
most
was
sinister figures
Important
in
to me. If this
many
statuette helps
mythologies.
you understand him, if it uncovers something that... Honestly, I don't know. I wish I did. But this feels like a part of him. And whatever he and I once were, I think... I hope... it might help you.
We should go, Inquisitor. The armies in the south need you.
Right. Harding, Stay sharp. You're my eyes in the north.
Always, Inquisitor.
Rook, good luck. If I come across anything else that can help, you'll be the first to know.
Thank you.
That's right. I forgot you couldn't, because like I've been
We should
getting
take a
those
break.
wolf statues,
Head
but I
back to the lighthouse
forgot
for a
that
bit.
you couldn't actually place them inside the lighthouse until now. Nope. There we go. Right. Can't do that one just yet.
Rook, just got word. First Warden's calling everyone back to Weishaupt. Everyone except us, seems like. Guess the First Warden holds a grudge.
Calling wardens back from all over Thedas is a big step. Did he give any reason why?
Not exactly, but I've heard rumors of a massive Darkspawn horde on the move. Even hearing there's an archdemon with them.
The other archdemons are dead. Only Razikale and Lucican live. So which one is it?
No one has a good look yet. Makes it hard to tell. Rook, if the gods have an archdemon, Warden lore says archdemons only show up during a blight. Doesn't say anything about elven gods. Seems like the rules have changed, and we're going in blind. We need to know what we're up against.
I'll talk to Solus. See if he knows anything about any of this. Make sure the others are ready to move.
Harding, we need to chat.
Any luck tracking down your mystery friend?
The Shaper didn't like me asking about Shaper Valta. Or harassing people with talk of dwarven magic.
Wish we had time to head down there and show them what you can do.
I don't think that would have helped.
But think how satisfying it would be.
Yeah. What's satisfying about being thrown in a Deep Roads prison? Orzammar takes its heritage very seriously.
Annoyingly so.
What now?
I was thinking, the voice said look to those closest to the stone. What if she never meant Orzammar?
Are you suggesting Kal Sharok?
Yes.
The lost capital of the dwarves? That Kal Sharok?
Exactly. Its people survived in isolation, apart from the rest of us. They re-emerged, some 20 years ago?
And you think they're closer to the stone?
Orzammar can't help. What have I got to lose?
Are you sure Orzammar isn't hiding something?
Pressing them for information would be tricky. I could anger someone important.
Good.
If Kal Sharok doesn't turn out, I can go back to poking at Orzammar. But not before then.
You think it's wise to contact the Kal Sharok dwarves?
What do you mean?
I've heard that they're different, tainted somehow. That when the Taig was abandoned to the Darkspawn, its people did things to survive.
I've heard the same. I hope you don't think we should avoid them because they're not like us.
Of course not. They're akin, and it's been thousands of years.
Exactly.
How do we get in touch with these Kal Sharok dwarves?
Already working on it. You don't spend 10 years in the Inquisition without making contacts. I should have a meeting set up by the time we're ready to leave.
again, all joking aside, or maybe not, maybe joking's the wrong word, but like, I know Harding's like, you're not suggesting that they're different, but that we should shun them or whatever because they're different, which I'm like, no, that's not what I'm saying, like, at all. But I'm also like, just because we view them as kin doesn't necessarily mean they're going to view us as kin, you know? That is something that you do need to kind of be aware of, you know? You know, I think I'm going to hold off on actually physically upgrading anything just yet, simply due to the fact that, I mean, I've only got so much upgrade potential at the moment, and I don't want to blow it all on one weapon, only to be like, okay, now you've got a newer, better weapon now. Here we go.
You cannot do this, Algernon. You swore that we would give up our commands when this horrific war was over.
Our people need our leadership. If you're unwilling, leave.
Our people must rebuild, and we must help unite them.
So, we did not fight for freedom, but to conquer this land and our own.
We fought to win, and now the Evanuris are as gods. I do not answer to Mythal's annoying lapdog.
The people are afraid. They must believe in something.
They need strength.
And wisdom.
They need gods who can protect them.
We are not gods. You will learn that.
Every lapdog hides a wolf inside.
I definitely do appreciate that this game does really make it clear that Mythal was not
That was
this like
strange.
anointed saint
They were
amongst the
speaking
elven
Elven, but
gods.
I understood it.
I believe we have experienced a memory in each of our native languages.
Not just any memory. One of the Dreadwolves.
And the mages who declared themselves my gods. Well, mine and Davrin's.
That can't be easy, Ballora.
It was so mundane. Nothing grand or cosmic. No setting fire to the sun, just talking politics. I wish they were monsters. Something grand and terrible. Seeing them like that, they're no better than Tevinter nobles.
But no
Ouch.
worse, either. They were people. And people can let you down. All right. What else can we take from this memory?
Elgranon was hungry for power. Did anything he could to get it, and to hold on to it.
Then Solus, furious at Elganon's installing himself as a despot, started his rebellion.
There's another moving part in this. Mythal. She was keeping the peace.
Mythal and Solus were close. The Inquisition found a temple to Mythal, and there were wolf statues everywhere.
Then she sides with Elgranon over him. A betrayal.
It sounded like Solus was loyal to Mythal. What did Elganon call him? Mythal's lapdog? And then she grabs
I don't know
power
why she
alongside Elganon instead of standing
disapproved
for
with
her
that.
principles. I'd be angry too.
Angry enough to start a rebellion?
That's not how he'd see it. He didn't destroy the world. Elganon did. Solus did what he considered necessary to stop him.
Solus would try to justify what he did, but he'd also blame himself for what happened.
Perhaps these murals aren't simply memories. They're what Solus wishes to forget.
His regrets. That means they're a way to learn his weak points.
That's very
Why
true.
are we worried about Solus? He's trapped.
Right. But the Dread Wolf was the god of trickery. He's looking for a way out. Bet on it.
Meanwhile, keep
Test
your eyes open in the
Valara.
crossroads. If there's a way to restore the rest of these murals, Solus would have kept it in his hideaway. It'd be nice to get inside his head for a change.
Now, can I? Yeah, I think I can. Because I think I might have all the statues at this point.
I was not certain you would come.
You were the one who walked away. I never turn my back when my friend needs me.
The Evanuris seek the magic of the Blight.
Impossible. The Blight is safely sealed away forever.
Though I wish I could believe you, I have sensed the breaking of the wards.
I will investigate your claims. If they forget the danger of the Blight, I will endeavor to remind them.
What if, instead, you left the Evanuris and remained with me? Do you not wish for freedom from this struggle?
Be at peace, love. I will stop them.
As you must. The Blight is our mistake.
Did Mythal call Solus love in that memory?
That's what it sounded like.
So they were doing it.
The elven gods were free with their emotions. They felt things deeply. The way they express things, well, it feels romantic to us, but that wasn't really how it was. Back then, I mean.
Okay, but how do you know that?
They were doing it.
Oh, they were absolutely doing it.
Being with someone you're rebelling against doesn't sound like Solus.
He also met her in secret and talked about how they could run off together.
It sounded so tragic and romantic.
Oh, wait. Never mind. That does sound like him.
So the Dread Wolf goes to Mythal. They might be fighting, but they have history.
And he warns her about the other gods using the Blight. That's more important than his rebellion. It's like kingdoms coming together when an archdemon rises.
Mythal didn't think it was possible. She said the Blight was sealed away. There's an old legend about it. Davrin, the one with Andrul's armor. Not sure it matters.
We're deep in elven lore already. What's the legend say?
Right. Well, Andrul was the goddess of the hunt. She put on armor, magic armor, made of something called the Void, drove her mad.
I remember this one. The other gods were afraid Andrul would turn on them. She was doing all kinds of horrible things, causing plagues. It does sound like the Blight.
Well, it all ends with Mythal fighting Andrul. After, Mythal turned into a dragon.
She what? Why didn't you start with that?
Anyway, she took Andrul's armor away. Then Andrul's madness left, and peace returned.
Intriguing. So it's possible Andrul stumbled onto the magic of the Blight.
And when Andrul went mad, Mythal took it from her and locked it away.
Until someone started using it again.
If there's one thing Solus loves, it's telling people they were wrong. And here he's got the perfect opportunity. Oh, Mythal, you thought your fellow gods were so great. If only you were as smart as me.
He got her attention. She definitely seemed angry at the end.
So Mythal goes off to investigate what Solus says. Then, what? It's too clean.
Seems plenty messy with them doing it.
But this isn't just a memory. It's something Solus wanted to hide. What's the crime? What did we see here that he feels guilty about?
I think I might know. When the Inquisitor was saving the world from the breach, she met Mythal.
What? Like in a dream?
It was complicated. She helped the Inquisition. There was a magic pond and a dragon.
Nice.
The point is, she also said the other elven gods betrayed her, killed her.
Okay, sorry, point of order. If they killed Mythal, how was she still around to help the Inquisition?
Elven god magic? She'd spent centuries gathering strength and sharing people's bodies, I think.
If it was a truly benign possession, that speaks to her character.
Solus goes to Mythal, the one semi-reasonable elven god, for help, and the other gods kill her for it. I imagine the Dreadwolf's rebellion heated up significantly after that.
Right. And Mythal wasn't there to keep the other gods in check anymore.
Well, it's not just that she died.
What do you mean, Tosh?
It's... Ugh. There was stuff he wanted to tell her, but he waited too long, and then she was dead. He never got to make it right. That twists you up.
That's it. There's our crime.
Doesn't really tell us anything we can use, though.
We know more than we did. That's something.
Then I guess we keep our eyes open if we come across more of these memories.
Again, this is why I really need to stress Solus is not a good person, and I do hate him for that. But just the complexity behind why he is the way he is why he's probably my favorite Dragon Age character, because he is just so... It's just so fascinating to see how he got to where he is, you know? And it's sad.
You dare to try to cage us, jealous of our growing power!
You will pay the final price for this betrayal.
We warned you not to use the Blight. For this, and for Mythal, I sentence you to sleep in exile ever after. Your own lives will form the veil that keeps the horror you unleashed at bay.
So he locked the gods away and created a veil between this world and the Fade. I mean, they were terrible, no question. But what he did, it didn't just stop them. It destroyed our culture, our world.
It wasn't just to stop them. It was to stop the Blight. We've seen how bad Elganon and Gillenane are. Imagine all 7 corrupted gods running wild.
So he created the veil just to keep the elven gods locked in their prison?
Yes, to keep them from accessing the Fade. But was the creation of the veil around the world an accident?
You heard him yelling. That's not the sound of a ritual going right.
What do you think, Rook?
I mean, from what it sounded like, to me, the veil was supposed to just siphon off, segregate the gods and the Blight. It wasn't supposed to separate the world from magic.
Davrin and I have fought the Blight for years. It's terrifying. Watching the gods poison his world, his people. I understand why Solus would do anything to stop it.
I know, Rook. I'm not denying that. I wish there'd been a better way. That's all.
So does he. This isn't a memory he's proud of.
I had another question, and I'm sorry, maybe this doesn't matter, but Solus trapped the blighted gods in an ancient elven building, right?
That's what it looks like. Maybe a palace? Fancier than what I've seen in Arlethan, at least.
And then, the Magisters were lured into the Fade. They broke in, which let the Blight escape, and turned the Golden City black.
Right, and the Black City hangs in the Fade, a little reminder of their mistakes. What's wrong, Lace?
It's just... the Chant of Light says that the Maker built for them the Golden City, the center of all creation. But if the Golden City was an ancient elven palace, then the Maker didn't build it. The elves did. The Chant of Light is Andraste's visions from the Maker, but it sounds like it's wrong.
You're asking if we just disproved the entire Andrastian faith?
Yes, we did.
Did we?
The Maker was never my faith, Lace, but I don't think you have to give it up.
But what they taught us was just wrong. What if the Maker just doesn't exist?
I would actually argue the
Chant
Maker
of
does
Light might
exist,
be
it's just the
wrong,
Maker is soulless.
But it's been made and changed by people over 1,000 years.
There was a whole verse about an elf named Shartan, and the Chantry just cut it out.
So maybe the Golden City was meant as a metaphor, or maybe it was added because of politics. That might change the history, but it doesn't have to change your whole faith.
The Dalish clans are struggling with the same thing. What do we keep? What do we lose?
The Elven Gods, the Maker. No matter who you light a candle to, you've got some hard questions to ask yourself right now.
Doctrine is not the truth. It is one of many paths to the truth.
I recognize the sentiment, though not the specific quote. Who said that?
My mother.
Ah. Questions of faith aside, we have some very real gods that still need killing.
Looks like there are 3 more of these murals with the Dreadwolf's old memories. Wonder what else he's hiding.
Oh, yeah, we're going all the way back to the beginning with Solus.
You have so long observed the world. Why not consider joining it?
But I have no desire to live as humans. I have the Fade. Besides, this talk of taking on a solid form. I think you underestimate the danger. When you took the glowing stone to build your body, did the earth not shake?
Delirium gives us the strength we had when we were of the Fade. We are the best of physical and spirit. I need your wisdom, Solus. To withstand the louder voices who would go too far like Elganon. I need you.
This is madness. You must know that. I will always follow where you go.
What?
This is astounding. The ancient elves were spirits who voluntarily manifested a physical form.
I'd rather go back to talking about the Blight.
Hey, Lucanus. Could Spite turn into an elf?
No.
Sorry, but... what?
This puts all of elven history in a new light. Not to mention what we think about spirits.
I mean, some magic works differently for elves. If we came from spirits, that'd explain it.
The knowledge that an entire people were formed from a mass manifestation could change our entire understanding of magic.
If we let it out, is that the right call? Do you want bigoted humans yelling about how elves are demons?
Oh,
Davrin's
that's
got a
good
point. World's not short on small-minded humans.
If the world learned about this, and it led to attacks against elves...
Elves have enough trouble as it is down in Ferelden.
We have to tell someone, though. Strife and Irulan, at least.
If I told Thea and Viago, they'd think I was sampling Viago's poison collection. No one will believe us.
Okay. We keep this to people we trust who have good reason to know. No shouting it from the rooftops.
Agreed. The Morn Watch has a great deal of experience keeping dangerous secrets.
So, beyond the world-shaking stuff, What else did we learn here? Solus himself was a spirit.
What kind do you think he was?
Well, his name is Elven for pride.
Oh, okay.
There's something else. Not about spirits, or not all about them at least. Solus didn't want to become a person with a physical body.
Right. He only agreed after Mythal begged him.
Then that's his regret. He wishes he'd never taken physical form.
Maybe, but not just that. Solus was scared. They built their bodies out of lyrium, and it made the ground shake.
Lyrium is the blood of the Titans. Our blood.
The Titans would have felt it as an attack. They defended themselves.
The first memory we saw with Elganon seizing power, it happened at the end of a war.
A war between the Titans and the Elves.
Then this was the start of it all. The war that destroyed the Titans.
It feels like we still don't have the full picture. But I think that's part of what Solus regrets. He didn't see the danger.
Except he did. He was worried. You said it yourself.
He did it for Mythal. Everything that followed, he could have prevented if he just told her no.
Then he's got a war on his conscience.
Hey, Muffin.
Plus, whatever we find next.
Yeah, I was able to fit the whole song. What? Sorry. Did you send another message that I missed? Yeah. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I have most of... I think I might already have all the regrets. I might be missing one, but... Oh.
Have you created what we need?
With this, the proper ritual will sunder every Titan from its spirit. But you must know those severed dreams will certainly be driven mad. A disembodied blight of pain and anger. It is awful what we're doing.
And the only way to end this war.
Solus made the weapon that killed the Titans. No, not killed. He cut away their dreams and left them broken and mindless. He passed me in the halls of Skyhold for a year. He made polite conversation, and he knew. He knew what he did.
No mystery why he wants to forget this.
As a mage, and apparently a scholar, Solus doubtless regrets destroying the minds of the Titans.
Anyway,
No,
how's
it's
the war
worse than
going
that.
on? Has it
That
begun?
isn't what Solus
There are
regrets.
snakes. If not,
Those severed dreams
not
will be
throw some
driven
snakes
mad.
into
A
the war.
disembodied
Call it
blight
Serpentine
of
War.
pain and anger.
Well,
Mierda.
there's always definitely
You
some
can't.
metaphorical snakes
That's
in
not
any
possible.
war.
When a warden hears the calling, it's like a song in their mind. Sound familiar to you, Lace?
The song of Lyrium. Of the Titans.
We think of the Blight as this monstrous force with no mercy, no compassion. Evil incarnate. Instead, it's a caged animal. Mistreated and imprisoned for centuries. Until all it knows is fear.
All these years fighting Darkspawn in the Grey Wardens, and I've been fighting my own dreams.
I don't believe so. If the Blight is a corrupted dream, Darkspawn may be mindless manifestations of its anger.
I was talking
Right.
about war, but I can
They're not
just
people.
appreciate how cozy this place.
We're never going to get through to them.
be sitting
The
at.
Titans are
Looks,
a
I
problem for
agree.
later. We have Elgernon and Gillanane to deal with now.
And then I want Solus to look me in the eye and answer for what he did.
Yep.
Each of these memories has been a deeper regret, and almost all of them involve Mythal.
Only one mural left to uncover by my count. If we find it, we'll see what's worse than this.
But yeah, just because I was talking, and because this is something that kind of went over my, yeah, I do have all of them. It did go over my head the first time. Solus created the Blight by severing the Titans from their dreams, and those severed dreams turned into the Blight. Oh, yep, this memory. Because we actually saw this happen at the end of Inquisition.
I knew that you would find me soon enough. You need the power of a god. The strength that I alone still carry.
The blighted Evanuris will soon break free from their prison. I must make a stronger one that can contain them.
While the prison is important, it is not the only goal you seek.
Why should I not tear down the veil and bring back immortality to all the elven people? They deserve it.
The elven people of today do not deserve to see the world they love be torn apart to salve your conscience.
I must fix what I have broken. I am sorry.
As am I, old friend.
And I love that point that Mythal brought up, is that Solus, it's great, your sentiment's great, but you're not doing this for others, you're doing it for yourself.
Is this
and that is why he
memory
is
from a different time?
absolutely a villain.
No. He wore that same outfit in the Inquisition.
I mean,
We
correct
knew
saying
Solus woke up in this world without most of his power. Now we know how he got it back.
By killing the only other god around.
Yes,
stealing her power.
he is a bitch.
All that
I don't
epic
disagree with
magic
that.
and godly power. In the end, it comes down to love and murder. Same as always.
Like, Solus is a bitch, but that's part of the reason why I like him so much, is that he is a perfectly hateable villain, but he's perfectly understandable into why he became a villain. And when I say that, I don't mean it's justified by any stretch of the imagination. Absolutely not. But I can truly see myself falling down the path he did based on what we're shown. And I love that about this game and about Solus. That's why he is my favorite Dragon Age character, because of how well written he is as a bad guy.
Every big mistake Solus made is tied to Mythal. He sacrificed his life as a spirit to join her.
He sacrificed his morals when he created the dagger to stop the Titans.
When the other gods struck her down, he destroyed the Elven Empire to avenge her.
Then he wakes up in this world, where everything's gone but his mistakes. And there she is, alive.
And after all he's done, she sides against him again.
All these mistakes are his fault. And hers too. If she won't help him fix the world, of course he has to kill her.
So, how does everything we know help us now?
He's being honest about fighting the Blight. Whatever happens, he won't risk letting it back out into the world.
Agreed. But he has a plan to escape that prison, and not one we'll like.
He turned on Mythal, the one person he was actually loyal to. There's no way he won't turn on us.
He's a spirit, or was once. He might be able to possess someone, affect minds, all the things spirits do.
He created the Veil. His very nature is tied to it. That will be a source of strength, but also a potential weakness.
Mythal has him all messed up. Anything about her or Elgernon is gonna make him angry. Sloppy.
Solus thinks he knows what's best for everyone. Anything he does, he'll do while telling himself he's the hero.
And that's enough, like, to compare Solus, he reminds me a lot of Megatron from Transformers Prime. Because they are both characters who, their motivations are steeped in the most pure of intentions, but by the time we meet both Transformers Prime, Megatron, and Solus, either due to desperation, anger, or just having to tell themselves that they're right for so many years, so many centuries, in Megatron's case, so many millions of years, that whatever truly righteous cause they're fighting for no longer matters anymore. You see, I have a hard time saying this top one, because he is wrong, and while his motivations aren't purely malicious like the Evanuris who just want to control, corrupt, and enslave, the fact that what he wants to do is going to cause, you know, so many deaths and upheave the entire world, that's not... That is evil, even if you're not doing it maliciously. Because, well, I do feel intent matters when you look, because, like, if someone is genuinely tricked and they do something that results in a bunch of deaths, they should be held accountable, but they should be considered naive, not evil. But Solus knows what this is probably going to cause. So I'm like, I'm sorry, regardless of his intent, I know, like, because deep down, he's doing this because he wants to help people, or that's his excuse. That doesn't mean he's not evil. Misguided, lost, confused, and is just... Because Solus's entire life has basically been defined by doing things that they necessarily didn't want to do. They were doing things that they felt they had to do for one reason or another. But that doesn't justify it, and that doesn't mean he's not evil. So, I can't in good conscience pick that first one, even though I do love Solus as a character.
Almost definitely preparing to betray
what he's
us.
doing is evil.
The good news is that we've gone through his dirty laundry.
So, we know his motivations. You think we can set a trap of our own?
That's the hope.
You have witnessed the Protector's tale, Dweller, almost to its end.
Almost? How can there be more?
When the mighty fall, their echoes cross the ages. An audience is warranted. Speak with your visitor. She awaits you in the crossroads.
But yeah, just to kind of go back to what you said, Muffin, Solus is a bitch. Solus is arguably the main overarching villain of these first 4 Dragon Age games, even though he only appears in the last 2. He is a bad guy. He does evil things, but he is still my favorite Dragon Age character because I just find him that fascinating.
Oh, Rook, hi. Is there something you need?
Thought you might want someone to talk to.
Oh, Rook. That's sweet. I'm fine. Really.
Really? Okay. Well, we're all here if you...
Never mind. I can't lie. I feel awful.
It's Solus's memory, isn't it?
They stole Titan blood to walk the world like humans. And when the Titans didn't like that, they just took their spirits. Should I be angry or sad? Why aren't I angrier? It's a lot to handle.
I want to say I know how you feel, but I don't. I'm not connected to the stone like you are.
And still, I feel like I don't have all the pieces of the puzzle.
I mean, we don't.
It's strange. I don't hate Solus for this, even though a part of me thinks I should. I don't even want revenge.
Well, it's partially because
revenge won't bring
you
the
know
Titans
that
back.
wanting revenge
It can't
is going to
erase
continue
what
the
happened.
cycle.
And the Inquisitor thinks Solus can be saved. And I want to try.
And for the record,
But
I believe that too. Like,
I just want to talk. As equals. I wonder if he's even capable. Solus was always distant. Guess it's hard to react when a magic rock's talking at you. Anyway, thanks for checking on me. I'll be alright.
I want to...
I know.
Oh.
You're Lace Harding, child of Titans. You can handle anything.
Oh, shut up.
Like, how do I put this? I've stated several times I love Solus's redemption arc in this game, but when I've said that, I've had some people say, like, he doesn't deserve forgiveness. And I'm like, I didn't say anything about forgiving Solus. Solus doesn't deserve forgiveness. Solus deserves to, you know, suffer for what he did. But maybe let me phrase it. He deserves to be punished for what he did. The reason why I can't say he deserves to suffer, because suffering is just going to lead to more suffering. Because, like, there are 3 possible ways this game can end. And, well, I'm not going to spoil it outright. I am shooting for the ending where, at the very least, Solas is, at the very least, given a sort of peace of mind for what he's done. Again, he's not forgiven. He does not get, you know, we don't hand wave anything. He absolutely is 100% held accountable for every terrible thing he has done in his lifetime. But he is at the very least not going to... Okay. He is at the very least not going to spend the rest of eternity brooding on his misery, so that there's now going to be a possibility that several millennia down the road he's going to come back with a vengeance, if that makes sense. It's like, we've brought him peace, so he willingly accepts his punishment for all eternity and just kind of accepts it. So I'm like, that's what I mean when I say Solas does have a good redemption arc, and it is a really well-written redemption arc, and it's probably my favorite redemption arc after characters like Zuko or Beelzemon. In fact, I'm going to go as far to say that I think Beelzemon is one of the best redemption arcs when it comes to a character that, quite frankly, shouldn't be forgiven, but is able to eventually earn forgiveness. Oh, wait, where's the... Because, yeah, for those who don't know, Beelzemon is I think my 3rd favorite fictional character of all time.
Well met.
And he's from the 3rd season of Digimon, or the 3rd series of Digimon.
How did you get here? I did tell you I had my ways through Illuvians when I introduced you to the Inquisitor, did I not?
The Illuvians in general, yes, but not the Dreadwolf's crossroads.
I would think you have more pressing questions at the moment. Questions about Solas and Mythal?
Mythal?
The 2 gods have always been linked, have they not? First, when Mythal bade her companion spirit to abandon the Fade and take on mortal form. Then, when Solas spilled Mythal's mortal blood, that he might absorb her power as his own.
Wait, how do you know exactly what we saw of Solas's past?
Think upon it, Rook. You saw for yourself in the Dreadwolf's memories. When Mythal stood against the gods' manipulations of the Blight, she was betrayed and struck down. Yet she survived and returned ages later to aid the Inquisition in its hour of need. How?
So, if Mythal was originally a spirit, maybe that's how she survived her body's death.
Very good. Mythal was a spirit turned elven. And when her body was struck down, to spirit, she returned. Her essence sheltered in a willing mortal vessel. Over the centuries, she journeyed from host to host, slowly amassing her former power anew. Until once again, she was struck down, on this occasion, by Solas. He absorbed her power, but not her memories.
Then where did they... Wait. You?
As you say.
Assuming you are who you say you are, how much is a 4th elven god gonna complicate things?
Only as much as you may allow.
What? That was like how Elganon and Gillinan can talk in your head, but...
'Twas Mythal you heard, her echoes. Yet I am not the goddess returned.
What are you, then?
I once feared Mythal would consume me were I to carry her, but 'twas not so. I remain free-willed and mortal. What I now possess is but a spark of Mythal, shadowed memories through which to sift for meaning. As to our admixture, I suspect you have questions.
How can you carry Mythal's soul if you're not an elf?
Her spark has sheltered within both elves and humans who were sympathetic to her in thought and circumstance. Mythal's last host was a woman wronged, trapped by those sworn to love her. We may readily imagine their kinship.
Do you have information we can use against Gillenane or Elganon? Or Solus?
The last time Mythal faced Elganon and Gillenane, she was struck down by the very dagger you now carry.
What about Solus?
You may recall he murdered Mythal's former host to claim her godly might as his own. I hoard no untapped magical secrets, Rook. What I do possess, I share freely with you and the Veil Jumpers.
All right. You would have met Solus in the Inquisition, right?
I did indeed. 'Twas before I possessed Mythal's memories. At the time, I thought Solus a scowling elven apostate whose sole passion was finding arguments. He heard me, in all my ignorance, expound on the histories of the elven people, explaining legends he had witnessed himself.
Bet he loved that.
'Tis not a memory that brings me pride.
So, there's the soul of an elven god inside you. How does that even happen?
Mythal's last host was my mother, Flemeth.
Oh.
When I learned she intended me to become the next receptacle of an ancient god's soul, I feared naught would be left of my own. It inevitably came to pass on a deep night. I was awakened by the presence of a blaze of magic in the shape of a woman who both was and was not my mother.
Wow. You woke up to a god floating over you.
'Twas a state between dream and wakefulness where strange things may happen to the spirit. Mythal's memories were both gift and burden, this blazing woman told me, but I must accept them of my own accord. The decision was paralyzing. What would it mean to become such a host? What would be lost if I refused? In the end, 'twas something in my mother's voice which guided me.
What was that?
Regret. Not the regret of a god, but of a mother who knew she would never see me again. And so, my mind remains my own. What I gained was knowledge, both Mythal's and of those who bore her.
Yeah, I know this was actually a controversial decision with a lot of fans, since a big part of Morgan's character from the very beginning of the series was she didn't want to become what her mother had intended for her, and a lot of people felt that her just becoming Mythal's host off-screen was kind of a disservice to her character arc, and I do agree with it to an extent. That being said, considering that I think the developer's canon was that she drank from the Well of Sorrows, I could see that at least causing her to be a lot more on board with the idea. But it's a valid criticism, and I'm not trying to say I disagree in any way, shape, or form, because yeah, it does feel a little like this should not have been handled off screen, to say the very least.
You didn't come out here just to tell me you're Mythal.
I am not Mythal in her entirety, but yes, the Dreadwolf has occasion to visit you in dreams, where he portions out advice. And now, after finding his memories, you have peered into his deepest sorrows. Tell me then, what do you make of Solus?
I should ask you. Mythal knew Solus better than anyone.
I would influence your answer. Or do you mean to discover if I would stand directly against the Dread Wolf, were there a need?
Would you?
I shall aid you in any way but that, even had I the power. What has passed between Solus and Mythal, I beg you, do not ask this of me again.
Solus talks a lot about what has to be done, being forced to make hard choices, but it's like he's trying to talk himself into it. I think, deep down, he doesn't entirely believe what he's saying.
'Tis exactly like the old wolf to tie himself into the most intricate knots. 'Tis not malice which made Solus your opponent, but conviction, a belief that only he may halt what he set in motion. Yet Solus was once beloved of Mythal. 'Tis his very loyalty and love for his people that led to the tragedy we now face. You may be in a position to determine how it ends, more so than either of you might realize.
Maybe there's a way we all get what we want.
Do you truly believe such a thing?
No,
Well,
it doesn't hurt to try
Maybe
to
at least what we
believe.
deserve.
If you would shape the outcome of your battle, I've one last secret to share. When Mythal was struck down by the other gods, it was with her own lyrium dagger, the dagger you now carry. Solus recovered it from Elganon, and from it extracted a fragment of Mythal that had lain hidden within its depths. This fragment, a younger sister to the one I carry, if you will, resides here, in the crossroads. I can open the way for you. Find her, survive the encounter, and the essence you obtain will aid you in times to come.
Another fragment of Mythal? In addition to the one inside you?
You are aware of what the word fragment means, are you not? One small piece of many, formed when something greater is broken. The first elves were spirits, as you well know, and when a spirit is broken, it may shatter into pieces, each holding part of the original. Among the ancient elves who became known as gods, Dirthaman and his brother, Falondine, are but one example.
I don't know who those are off the top of my head.
All of that sounded great until survive the encounter.
You know Solus, and have seen Elganon, and memories of Mythal. They are creatures of emotion, as all spirits are. The fragment of Mythal that resides in me lived among mortals for thousands of years. She has grown wiser and more patient. This younger sister has not. She is the essence of Mythal as a god. She is unlikely to listen to polite requests, and though she is but a fragment of the goddess, the battle will test you sorely.
If she's just going to attack us, why tell us about her at all? We have enough enemies already.
A fragment of a god's essence is a powerful thing. It may give you options against Elganon and Ghilanane, or against the Dreadwolf himself, should he prove as cunning and treacherous as ever.
If I were to try to talk with her, do you have any suggestions?
She will demand respect, but detest flattery. She appreciates righteous anger, but will not tolerate pity. She is, for want of better phrasing, prickly. But if you are determined to try, then I wish you luck.
You would know this aspect of Mythal better than anyone. Could you try talking to her?
I dare say she would attack me on sight.
Spirits can't get along with fragments of each other.
Spirits, certainly. But the aspects of a self-righteous god who have walked different paths for ages? One bears the insult of her betrayal by the Evanurus, and then by Solus, as fresh wounds, insult upon injury. The other once fell in love with an Alamari chieftain and lived happily in a swamp for centuries. Each reminds the other that another path existed, that they could have been wrong, and nothing angers Mythal like being wrong.
Oh, shoot.
Thank you for the information, Morrigan.
I only ask that you reflect upon what I have said. The Dreadwolf is not so apart from the world as he thinks. There, you have the advantage of him.
So it's like, yes, I do agree that this might not be the best outcome for Morgan's character as it was developed in the previous games, but I just appreciate, A, that we do get, like, a definitive conclusion to the Flemeth Morgan and Mythal stuff, and it is nice to have Morgan back in the game in such a substantial role, you know?
A god's fragment, sharper than the whole, prevail, or be sundered completely.
Excuse me.
We're getting close to where Morrigan said that other fragment of Mythal was. Has to be her.
Mythal herself. There's so much we could learn if... Do you think she might talk to us instead of attacking?
Guess we'll find out.
And I love the
You are
Mythal's
Rook.
design here.
I have seen you and your companions. I never thought to see children of the Titans scurrying about in the Dreadwolf's crossroads. And you know who I am?
Mythal.
The part of me that survived betrayal by the rest of the Evanuris, if this can be called surviving. Solus. He drew me from the dagger that struck me down, but what is left of me can only survive here. I cannot return to the world, and even the true Fade is denied me. All I can do is watch. Have you come to avenge the Titans from whom you were born? Or did you come to ask me to give up what remains of myself to help you defeat the monsters Elganan and Gillenane have become?
I came here to ask for your help. The gods have endangered the world, and...
You dare explain to me what they are doing? You are 1,000 years from knowing the proper words.
We saw Solus's memories, his regrets.
You saw the recollection he cultivated like a tree, twisting to catch the sun. You wish for my help? Convince me. Make your case, and I will yield my essence willingly to help you against Elganan and Gillenane. Fail, and I shall kill you for wasting my time, or you will kill me and obtain my essence in doing so. A harder-edged, simpler version. It has been centuries since a petitioner stood before me, so why should I help you?
If I don't stop the gods, the whole world will be corrupted by the Blight.
That is why you must succeed, so tell me why I must help you.
We know the truth about the Blight. We know it came from the imprisoned dreams of the Titans after you and Solus defeated them.
And?
Stopping the Blight mattered enough for you to talk with Solus, even after he rebelled against you. It mattered enough for you to stand against the other gods.
And I was struck down for doing so, betrayed by those I had ruled beside for centuries.
You made the difficult choice to protect your home, because it was the right thing to do. Help me do the same.
Not bad, but not enough. Let us speak of something else.
You can't want Elganan and Gillenane to rule the world. Not after what they did to you.
I ruled alongside them for centuries. I bear them no love now, and they were ever flawed, as all rulers are. Yet the world needs rulers. So set the Blight aside and tell me why I should help you topple them.
What they did to you was wrong.
And you care so deeply for the injustice done to me thousands of years ago.
You deserve justice. And they deserve to be punished for misusing their power and killing you when you tried to check them.
If you wish to prove your worth, you must do better than that.
Solus is helping me.
Solus is using you. Besides, why should I esteem the Dreadwolf's approbation? He rebelled against me.
But the two of you stayed close.
Until he killed the tattered fragment of me who hid inside the human swamp witch and wept. He keeps me here, yet has not visited since waking from his slumber. Tell me this. What should I have done when Solus turned against me after all we had been to one another?
Maybe you should have listened when he warned you about staying on as rulers after the war.
Are you saying I was wrong?
You asked me what you should have done. I can't prove my worth by lying to you. Solus didn't want to manifest a physical body or destroy the Titans. He did things he hated because he cared about you. Supporting you and Elganon becoming rulers was the one line he wouldn't cross. If someone who followed you everywhere refused to follow you there, what does that say?
Your arguments are compelling. I find you worthy, Rook. I have spent thousands of years watching. I shall miss that. But if what I am can protect the innocent and smite the guilty, this is what remains of me. I give it to you freely.
Booyah.
Use it to protect this world with kindness when possible and cunning when necessary.
I will. Thank you.
Sweet.
The essence of a god.
Thalanast.
Like a piece of the sun. I've never felt something so alive. And now, how to use it. God knows her moment, at least her essence does. When the time comes, we'll be ready.
But yeah, so now that we have that,
we got Mythal's essence.
Can now get the good ending, I guess, for lack of a better word.
And it did.
Okay, this whole thing is... Ooh. Damn. Oh, damn.
Didn't turn into a fight.
Not sure what we do with it just yet, but if Morrigan's telling the truth, it'll come in handy at some point.
But yeah, if you don't successfully convince Mythal, you have to actually fight her. Because I remember Abby, when she played through this, she had to fight Mythal. And then when I played through it, she's like, oh damn, you're able to convince her without fighting her, because I was able to get that achievement. Actually, Dragon Age Veilguard, and admittedly this was between me and Abby, because, you know, we both were playing it. It's actually only the second game that we have gotten all the trophies on the PlayStation Network. And the first one was Biomutant. And it's mostly just because I'm not that big of an achievement hunter. I don't have the patience to do some of them, especially when it's like, beat the game on the hardest difficulty without lowering the difficulty. I'm like, I don't have time for that. It's like, I play games just to relax. There's nothing wrong with people who play games for the sake of the challenge. That's not what I'm saying. Damn. But it's not something I enjoy a ton, and again, I don't have a ton of time for it. So that's usually why I end up playing games on the easier difficulties. Because, yeah, you can make an argument about me not being a real gamer or whatever, and it's like, Hey, that's your opinion, and I will respect it to an extent, but it's because I've only got so much time in the day.
How many veil jumpers are there?
But that is also arguably why
It's
I've
a secret.
never really been able to get into games like Dark Souls and whatnot. Even though I admit I do want to be able to get into games like Dark Souls.
Who joins up for those kinds of odds?
Grey Wardens have better odds?
Good one.
Yeah, who is lower? I still think Davern might be currently my lowest. Yeah, Davern's still my lowest, so we'll bring Davern. Wait, not Balara, Davern.
Thanks for coming, Rook. I hope the Kalsharok dwarves have some answers.
Yeah, I do definitely know when I play this game again, I am probably going to play a warrior, just so I can play through the game with all three classes, but I don't know if I'm ever going to play anything other than a rogue, because, don't get me wrong, I like the mage fine, but like, just being, the rogue has just so far been the most fun. It's just been a lot more fun to play than the mage. And it is just because I like the double blade fighting. Like, that's just, even when I would, like, LARP, I would fight with two swords. Yes, I know that it's not as practical as fighting with sword and shield, but sue me. But also because I kind of like the fact that, unlike mages and warriors, I have one melee combat style, and then my secondary weapon is just my long-range weapon. I just think that's, sure, it's less to play around with than having sword and shield or two-handed fighting like the warriors get, or staff or dagger and orb like mages have, but I just feel that to be more satisfying. So far, I'm actually really digging this armor and this helmet, so
A new friend.
I think I may have found the armor combo, at least from a visual standpoint, I'm going to go with throughout a good chunk of this game going forward. Because again, since I know I didn't care a ton about, like, when I played through this game as a Veil Jumper, I didn't really care a ton about having my armor match the Veil Jumpers, partially because I was just wearing Mass Effect robes the whole time because, well, I fucking love Mass Effect. But also partially because I don't think the Mass Effect robes look as good on anyone but a mage. But just because the Grey Warden stuff is coming up so much more than the Veil Jumper stuff, it's like, okay, for role-playing reasons, I want to look like a Grey Warden, you know? Because, again, just I didn't get that with the Veil Jumpers. And it doesn't sound like Abby got much out of it with the Lords of Fortune. Because Abby was a Lord of Fortune in her playthrough. I've mentioned this before, but just in case anyone who hasn't watched any of the Disney streams. And admittedly, part of that problem has to do, in my opinion, that the Veil Jumpers and the Lord of Fortune are kind of not as directly involved in, like, the main events, like, because so far, in my opinion, and feel free to disagree with this for anyone who's played it, it feels like the Grey Wardens are the ones who have, like, some of the biggest story beats in the game. So being a Grey Warden definitely gets you some of the most stuff for you to interact with, especially with Titan and Light and stuff. Followed by them is maybe the Antivan Crows. Then possibly the Black Dragons, with the Morn Watch being so secular.
Veilguard?
Yes. Lace Harding, of the Inquisition.
Wait, how do you know about...
And this is the one they call Rook? And Davrin, Grey Warden. Antunsha Valpartha Vidur.
Anas tu, Salroka.
You have brought a strange assortment to our gates, Lace Harding.
Someone did their reading?
We are not as blind as Orzama wishes. We know enough.
I'm looking for someone touched by the Ancients. Does that mean anything to you?
Yes, she has been waiting for you. Follow, and keep your weapons ready. The roads are dark, the creatures there even more so.
I love the design of these guys' armor. It's so cool.
You are staring.
What? No.
You want to know if you can think of the right you will carry.
Sorry. I shouldn't have.
You know, part of me kind of wishes... So, when it comes to, like, picking your origin in this game, every character in the game represents an origin that Rook can be, or a background Rook can be from, except for Harding, because she represents the Inquisition. It's just, you can't choose to be a member of the Inquisition in your origin in this game, which I do think is a little bit of a letdown. But it would have been kind of cool if, say, maybe this was an origin you could have, being from these guys, and Lace technically they kind of stand in for Harding. But at the same time, given how secular they are, and you could only do that if you're a dwarf, I get why it's not an option. I just do kind of wish you could either be from the Inquisition, or there was something that tied into Lace.
Become like the Darkspawn, or be destroyed by them.
Not much of a choice.
How many times have you...
It gave me an appreciation for home. The food up here is much better than what we get.
I always found it strange how much Orzammar people feel the same.
You know, playing through this, just Dragon Age in general, also just with playing... So, I believe I mentioned that one of the games that I backed on Kickstarter that was meant to be a spiritual successor to the Paper Mario games came out a few weeks ago. Played through that. I had an absolute blast. Honestly, once I'm done with Dragon Age, I'm not gonna immediately go play Xillia again. I'm gonna actually stream that game because I want to show some love to it. Again, it has problems. Specifically, I feel the game's too short. So because of that, it doesn't live up to the massive potential it had, but it doesn't make it any less good, in my humble opinion. But once I beat that, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give Born of Bread another chance. Because when I played Born of Bread for the channel, that was actually my first time playing it. Because I thought, you know what? I've never heard of this game before. Let's stream myself playing it to give an honest reaction. And I just couldn't get into the game. I just ended up quitting because the combat was a little frustrating. Well, so I'm currently playing through Born of Bread right now, just for fun. And I thought, yeah, let me actually see if I can beat it, and then maybe I'll finish my stream of Born of Bread for the channel. And I hate to say it, but I think that actually playing through Born of Bread on my own may have confirmed I don't think I'm going to be revisiting Born of Bread for the channel, because it's still pretty damn frustrating, if I'm being honest. Like, the combat is my least favorite. Like, of all the Paper Mario inspired games, it has the most uninteresting combat. Like, I think the best thing I can compare it to is Origami King. Paper Mario and the Origami King. Because, well, I didn't think the combat was bad in Origami King, and same with Born of Bread. It just feels monotonous and mindless. So it's not engaging enough. And what's more, while Born of Bread definitely is probably visually the nicest looking out of all of them, and definitely has some of the most originality, it's just, Abby kind of asked me, it's like, oh, what's your favorite companion character? I'm like, I don't know. What's your favorite level? I'm like, I don't know, because while the levels and characters definitely vary in designs and personalities, none of them stood out to me in a...
It grows too quickly these days, and it feels
in a way
different.
that really resonates with me. Because, like, the main character of Born of Bread is absolutely adorable in his appearance, but is a very flat, one-dimensional character. He's just a chipper good boy. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Like, I will say he's got more personality than Mario does in Paper Mario. So that in and of itself is not a problem. Because I still love the Paper Mario series, even though I acknowledge Mario's the weakest character in the game. However, it does have the advantage that Mario is an established IP in a sense, so I can kind of fill in the blanks. It's like, yeah, he doesn't emote much in the game, but then I can just mentally insert his emotes from Mario 64 or Mario Kart, Mario Party, etc. But then, like, the very first companion you get, Lint the raccoon, he is adorable, but he, outside of his personal side quest, he doesn't get a ton to do. The second companion, I think there's only 4 companions in the game, which I actually think is a good idea. Honestly, one of the problems with the first Paper Mario game, in my opinion,
Lift's stuck. Looks like a rock wedged in the mechanism.
It's like one of the problems with the first Paper Mario game is that there were too many companions, that some of them blended together. Like, Sushi is a prime example of that. I like Sushi, but I'm a bit nostalgic for her, I will admit. But other than her being super necessary to defeat the fire boss, because, you know, she did the water attacks, she is a very forgettable character, personality-wise. And same with like, honestly, thinking about it, the only reason I adore the companions from the first game as much as I do is because I played that game when it came out in the year 2000. I would have been 9 when I first played the game and encountered these characters, so of course they're going to leave a big impact on me, or at the very least, of course I'm going to remember them fondly. It also didn't help that me and my friends in elementary school, we kind of like role played in a weird way. It was basically just a game of pretend, but we always would work in, like, you know, stuff from our favorite video games and TV shows. Because, like, I remember one of our friends, he always played as Link. The other friend, you know, blah blah blah. It's like we all had Pokemon. I was the only one who was really into Digimon at first, so I had a Digimon companion. We all got pet Yoshis. You know, that sort of shit. Like, you know, kids tend to do. So, because we got all the companions from the first Paper Mario as partners, like, heck, I remember I got Bombetti in my roleplay. That's why she still is my favorite because of that nostalgic connection from just our childhood roleplay, even though she's, I admit, not the greatest character in the world, and I'd say she's probably one of the weaker companions from the first game due to the limitations of her moveset, despite how powerful some of her moves can be purely from a damage perspective. Yeah, most of the characters, I think, like, just really thinking about it, gun to my head, I think Bao and Lancaster might be the most interesting characters from that game in terms of their story and character arcs. I will say Cooper does have a little going from the idea of his shell being stolen. Gives kind of a more unique introduction, I suppose, but I can't call him a particularly deep character. Like, the companions were much better in the sequel because A, there's less of them, and most of them were given a lot more to do from both story and personality. I mean, there's obviously some exceptions, like Goombella. I do think Goombella is much better than Goombario in terms of personality, story, etc., etc., etc. But I also can't pretend she's anything all that deep either. Koops is much better than Cooper simply because he has, you know, a girlfriend and his dad he interacts with, so that's already a bit more character than what Cooper had. But again, I will say that Goombella does have more personality and intrigue than Goombario did, simply because
you got it.
She's a research student, so it's like, okay, that's already some more character than Goombario got. Again, it's nothing deep, but that's fine. Yoshi is probably the most basic character in Thousand Year Door, but he also has the fun of the sort of random, like, again, if you didn't know how the colors work, you get kind of that random fun of, oh, which color Yoshi did I end up with, you know? And, or if you do know the trick, you're like, ooh, what Yoshi do I want to get for this playthrough? You know what I mean? So, there is still some element of that, and who doesn't love Yoshis? Flurry is probably my least favorite companion from the second game, but at least she has big personality. Like, did I say Lady Bao was a good character from the first game? If I didn't, I meant to. Flurry's got similar appeal that Bao does in terms of their just having big personalities. I just don't like Flurry quite as much as I like Bao. And then Miss Mouse, you know, it's kind of hard for me to say Miss Mouse is good due to the fact that, hell, in my first playthrough, I completely used her as a companion because she's optional. You only get her via side quests.
And they're everywhere down here.
And as a little kid, I kind of missed the important dialogue telling me about the quest board, you know? Now again, that is not necessarily the game's fault, but it's the fact that I've always had reading comprehension issues. Like, even to this day, I do struggle to find books I like reading simply because there's a very real possibility that I'm going to zone out or just not take the information in. Sadly, the reason I've had on my shelf the official Transformers and Power Ranger tabletop games, and I really want to learn how to play those and run a campaign in both the Transformers and Power, because like these game systems are compatible. It's like there's a Transformers one, a G.I. Joe one, and a Power Rangers one, all put out by Hasbro, and all three are completely compatible with each other. In fact, they've even released a supplement book that's all about designing adventures for a campaign that has G.I. Joe, Power Rangers, and Transformers in it. And it's got this really cool cover of the Power Rangers, the original Megazord fighting Devastator with, I think, Snake Eyes on the Megazord's shoulder. It's a great visual. But I just... every time I try reading it, I just kind of zone out. It's part of the reason why I've had to have people just explain to me the rules of D&D when it comes to like character creation and DMing, because when I sit there and read it, I'm like, I'm not fully taking the information in like I'd like to, you know?
Did anyone else see that? I thought I saw someone.
Someone down here.
Maybe it was just a shadow.
Nice move, bro. That's how wardens get it done.
Fuck yeah, Davern, fuck yeah. I mean, it's part of the reason, like, I found this author, that I read one of their books. I'm like, holy shit, not only am I taking the book in, but I'm just loving the fuck out of the books. I'm like, okay, I need to look up other things this author has written, because there's just something about how they write that is sticking with me in a meaningful way. I can admit the books themselves are nothing that deep. In fact, dare I say, they may even technically be pretty lowbrow. I'll just admit it. The books are smut. But I'm like, but I can't, but again, I can't deny the fact that I'm taking the, oh shit. I'm able to still take the information in, so it's like, I can't disregard them, because I'm like, they're books, and I'm able to read them. So I can't in good conscience just completely brush them off. It's like, does it mean that I, don't take information in a meaningful way, or I have difficulty reading books that are actually good? Yes, I can acknowledge that. But I'm able to read them, and I'm able to enjoy them, and honestly, I think, despite what they are, I think they've got good character in them. Plus, even though they are technically smut, they actually do have some language use that I really like that makes it very clear that it's like, hey, men, treat women right, you know? So I can't completely brush it off, you know? Because, like, there's, like, in the book that I'm just reading, some characters got married, and, the person or performing the wedding, is kind of going over the wedding vows of the characters, and they do bring up, the woman's role in giving birth to children, but it's very clear, it's like, your responsibility is to give birth to healthy babies if that is something you want to do. And it all, like, so it's very clear, it's like, yes, if you as a couple are going to have kids, and you're a heterosexual couple, of course, like, yeah, it will have to be the woman who gives birth, but it also makes it very clear there's nothing wrong with a woman who doesn't want children. And I'm like, that's very healthy, and I think it's something a lot of men need to hear, that it's like, sure, just because the woman is the one who will have to have kids if you decide that, doesn't mean that that's all that she's good for, all that women are supposed to be for, So I'm like, okay, I just really appreciate the language about that, Sorry, just was polishing off my drink.
Take it. Let's destroy this blight and get out of here.
Yeah, I'm taking that sword off. I think I misread what the sword actually did. I mean, because it feels, it's like it's saying, oh, it will deal a total of all of this just as different elemental damage, but, I mean, you all saw that against that troll. I stabbed it with my left dagger or whatever, and it's like 0 damage. Get fucked. So, yeah, I'm not... Yeah, that's just not working for me. So, I'm guessing, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that what that actually meant to say is it's like, well, like any source of damage you deal of those things will get buffed by it, rather than we're now giving you that. Which I'm like, I kind of just wanted you to give me that. So yeah, I'm just going to stick with the sword that just gives me the necrotic damage buff. Yeah, swapping. I'll need to swap the enchantments, but yeah, I'm swapping because as a whole, that's just, those buffs are going to be, I'm going to use that buff more.
Let's go check with Veilguard.
Good work. The blight growths have weakened.
So, we can keep going?
Yes. Come.
Will do.
Mind yourself, and show respect when you enter the sanctum.
Yes, of course. But who are we meeting?
I will let her speak for herself. But we of Kalsharok revere her deep for being one with the stone. They say she was once from Orzammar, but she speaks very little of her past.
There was blight everywhere outside of those doors. But here, it's clean.
Some protective force is repelling them.
Yeah, this room really reminds me of, I think it was the temple...
Do you hear it?
Of,
coming from all around us.
From Baldur's Gate 3, Shadowheart's deity, the dark goddess, or whatever her name was. That's what aesthetically this place reminds me of.
I would love to look around more. Do you think Veilguard would mind?
I think he'd be fine with it.
And honestly, given that this game was released after Baldur's Gate 3, I wouldn't be surprised if the developers took some inspiration, since I have mentioned one of the problems that I feel that that Dragon Age has had versus Mass Effect in terms of properly curating an audience is they have a bit of a... I feel it's had a bit of a identity crisis. It's like the first game was a failed Baldur's Gate 3 pitch that was retooled into an original IP. The second one was an attempt to make it more into a Mass Effect-like game where you could port the story over and over while retaining the gameplay of the first game. And then the third game was very clearly trying to take some inspiration from open world games that were gaining popularity thanks to the release of Skyrim. Now again, to be fair, that last one I'm saying, it's very clear I'm just assuming that's why they went the route they did. I have nothing to back up that's actually what the inspiration was. And again, I'm assuming that maybe they took some visual cues from Baldur's Gate 3, but I have absolutely nothing to back that statement up in any way, shape, or form. But I do think my statement about Baldur's Gate, or not Baldur's Gate, Dragon Age, having a bit of an identity crisis does ring very true.
For leading her here, Starguard. They call me the Oracle.
Is that a rock that just looks like a person, or a person that looks like a rock?
Yes.
Oh, good, thanks.
I know you. Don't I?
Once I was Volta, as you were Lace, then Scout, and now something else.
If you don't remember, Volta was the dwarf
All
from
this.
the Deep Roads DLC from last game.
Is this what I am? Am I like you?
I cannot tell you what you are. Look within, and remember. Remember when the Earth was alive, and the Titans walked the land. In one voice they sang, a chorus of creation and of connection.
Isatuno. The song.
When the Titans fell, we awoke, but the melody was already lost.
The dwarves.
We were always just shattered fragments of a greater whole.
The stone sense. My magic. It's Titan magic. But why? Why did this happen? Why do I remember Isatuno? What happened to the Titans?
There's something else here. It's found you.
That's a win.
Everyone alive?
Did you feel it? Fury. Such fury. And with you as its mark.
Me? But why?
Good question. Harding hasn't done anything bad, right?
There are horrors in the depths. They have awakened to you now. Look within for your answers. And beware.
No, wait! I have more questions!
Huh.
She does that. Riddles, riddles, riddles. Oh, I'm a rock.
But those weren't answers. She gave me nothing. Come back. Make her come back.
Harding.
Ugh. It's all right. I'm all right. Sorry. We're done. Let's just get out of here. Oh, hey.
You've had a lot to deal with lately. Rock magic, the Oracle.
We barely learned anything. And why was I attacked? This was supposed to be a good thing.
One small hurdle doesn't erase what's good about this.
I just wish I knew what to do.
No matter what, we'll make sure you're safe.
How?
We watch out for you and prepare for a fight.
You think it'll be a fight?
When is it not?
Maybe there's nothing to do now, but wait and see. I'm grateful for all your encouragement. This would be so much harder without your support.
Anytime, Harding. Anytime.
You're my favorite.
Harding left the Oracle's sanctum disappointed. Maybe she'd expected too much. Maybe there were no answers to be had. Seething with questions, she forgot the Oracle's dire warning. But far below the surface, something was moving. Determined to be seen, and fighting to be remembered.
Oh, right, it's for this. Actually, hold on.
The fires are lit.
one's active armor has got a buff. Let's actually advance some story shit. Actually, let's also quickly want to see like that dagger I got from Mythal. Kind of see if that looks better aesthetically anyway. I mean, it looks nice. I don't really know if it looks better. Yeah, I might just keep with what I have, because that single blade looks better for an offhand weapon.
How fares your battle?
The gods are moving against Weishaupt and the Grey Wardens. We've heard rumors the Darkspawn are being led by an archdemon.
And you have questions?
I need to know how archdemons relate to the gods. Are they just like the blighted dragons, or are they something else? I also need to know how to deal with the gods if they show up at Weishaupt.
I propose a bargain. I will answer your question if you answer mine.
What?
How are the Grey Wardens? Do they understand the truth of the danger yet?
We've been through this already. You agreed to help me.
What did you think my help would look like, Rook? I need to know that you are prepared.
You know I could just lie to you, right?
Indeed. But the truth is merely recalled, while a lie must be constructed. Knowing you would expend the effort to construct that lie rather than answer truthfully would tell me a great deal.
The First Warden refuses to listen.
As I feared.
I tried diplomacy, I tried being firm. Nothing worked.
When I asked why you should be trusted to lead the fight, you said that nobody else was doing it. That sufficed for me, but you will need more to convince the Grey Wardens. They see themselves as destined to lead this battle. You cannot defeat Elganan and Gillenane without the Wardens. What will you do to bring them to your side?
I don't have to convince all of them. I just have to convince the First Warden.
Or remove him.
Enjoyable as that is to imagine, I doubt the rest of the Wardens would approve.
Did you know the Evanuris once numbered many more than those whose names survive in the Elven Pantheon? One warlord was particularly cruel. I sought to free his slaves, but so fearsome was his reputation that none would join me.
What did you do?
I made people laugh at him.
How did that help?
For 12 years. Every sound near him, from whispered pleas to shouted oaths to crackling fire, all became mocking laughter. His mind broke under the ridicule, and when he fell, his slaves rose up and joined me.
I doubt laughter is going to work on the First Warden.
If not that, then what?
Whatever it takes.
Easily said, but it will have to be enough for now. You have answered my question, and I owe you an answer in return.
Yes. The old gods of Tevinter, the archdemons.
There never were Tevinter gods. The archdemons, as you call them, were always merely the weapons of the Evanuris.
All right. Let's hope we can find the gods before they find their weapons.
Unfortunately, the Dragon Thrall's life force is bound to the Evanuris as both power and protection. You will not be able to kill or likely even harm one of the Evanuris until their Dragon Thrall is slain.
What can you tell me about the archdemons themselves?
Each is different, shaped by the whims and ego of its master. Elganan is the Lord of Tyranny. He would have ruled alone had Mythal not forced him to share power. Those who are strong, he molds into dictators themselves, with visions of godhood. Those who are weak, he crushes. His archdemon reflects him. It is huge to feed his ego, the epitome of dragonkind, bent to his will.
Damn. Tell me what you really think of the guy.
He is cruelty and arrogance personified. All of the Evanuris were flawed, but he made all of them worse. By contrast, Gillenane was a servant of Andrew, whose skill at making monsters earned her promotion to the Evanuris. She is brilliant, ambitious, and unconstrained by anything you would understand as morality. In a kinder world, you would never need to see what she has done to her archdemon. In this world, I only hope you kill it quickly. In any event, the Evanuris will not be vulnerable until their archdemons are dead.
The old stories of the Tevinter gods have them whispering in the dreams of ancient magisters. How did they do that, if they were just tools of the elven gods?
The archdemons were once high dragons. The Evanuris bound them as a source of power. When I imprisoned the gods, their dragons remained free. That was my mistake.
How so?
I never bound a dragon to myself, for I believed that to enslave another creature was immoral. As such, I did not understand the power that connection gave. I thought the prison I had made was perfect. But their dragons were the conduit through which they spoke to dreaming minds.
Any other surprises we should know about?
Even with their dragons dead, the Evanuris are powerful and well protected. You will need to use my dagger, the one you recovered. It can pierce their enchantments and strike them down.
All right. Kill the archdemons, then use the dagger to take down the gods.
Even a single opportunity to strike the Evanuris down will be rare, fleeting, and costly. You will not have another chance to catch them unawares. When you strike, you must be fully prepared.
So I believe the implication is, even though there's supposed to be 7 elven gods imprisoned, because the other 5 archdemons have been slain throughout the years in the blights or whatever, I believe the implication is that those other elven gods have all largely died because of that. I could be completely wrong about that, but I believe that's what the implication is, as to why it's all like, oh, don't worry, now that you've killed, you know, the Evanuris, but there still should be like 5 other gods you need to worry about. But there just aren't. Sorry, I know that what I'm saying there doesn't make a ton of sense, but I believe that is supposed to be the explanation, is that because the other dragons bound to the Evanuris have already been slain, only Elganon and Gillenane remained. Again, I could be completely talking out of my ass on that one, but that's what I took from that. Okay. Okay, yeah, Davrin's still pretty low, so that's fine. Well, low comparatively speaking, shall we say. Okay, I think it's Davrin and... well, Emmerich is kind of close. Okay, I'm gonna bring Davrin and Emmerich, just so I get some variety in the team.
Everyone suit up. All hands for this one.
Still can't believe it. They're attacking Weishaupt? The Warden's unprepared for that.
The gods are going straight for the throne. Unless we cut theirs first.
Just get me close enough.
Just don't miss.
Don't jinx it.
Who gets to tell the first warden we're dropping in?
I was hoping to skip that part.
They've got an alluvian in storage down in the vault. It was a gift from the Dalish.
Ours should go right to it. Probably. I think.
Let's get to it then. We sneak into Weishaupt nice and quiet. No one sees us. We look around for Antoine and Evka.
Was there a plan after that?
Take out a god. End this today.
This isn't the vault.
Oh, crap. They moved the Illuvian.
It didn't break.
You call that nice and quiet?
Sorry. Catch up when you can.
Darkspawn outside.
Yeah, that was pretty. I know that was just a simple thing, but just
Darkspawn.
the
And what's
way
helped?
Lucanus was like, "You call that quiet?" It's
Stay out of
really damn
sight.
funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Sit tight, Mila. We'll be back.
The Maker curse you!
Clear him out.
Don't let them near the girl.
How did they arrive so quickly?
They've got the gods at their back.
Where are all the wardens?
Occupied in battle from the south. That's the last of them.
At least it wasn't ogres.
You know your Darkspawn.
My dad's a blacksmith for the wardens. Who are you?
Look, we're here to help. Do you know Antoine and Evka?
Probably in the war room. I can show you. Oh no! The door's blocked!
Is there another way?
A secret passage! Come on!
Secret tunnel, secret tunnel.
Damn.
That's Commander Janos, one of our best.
He won his fight, and I sense the end was swift. When did the Darkspawn arrive, Mila?
Just a while ago. They started climbing the walls.
You should stay here.
I can't. I need to find my dad.
Fair enough.
The Darkspawn on the way.
And walls won't hold it back.
So arguably, she's probably safest with us, at least until we find the rest of the Grey Wardens.
I wield the power of the blight.
Oh boy.
Today, we face the finest child of the gods.
It's Gillenay!
We have to get inside.
The war room isn't far.
Stick close, Mila.
Are you hurt?
Wardens! We can send them!
How you doing, Mila?
Don't worry about me.
We need a new plan, Rook. How can Lucanus kill a god in the form of a cloud with a dagger?
One thing at a time. For now, let's not die out here.
There's an army of Darkspawn below us. Will Weishaupt hold?
The wall! It's never fallen before, and it won't today.
Where's Commander Janos?
Quick. I have returned much of a coming.
That's not true. You don't possess the power of love and friendship and Nesquik and being able to sing on the little teapot and being too sexy for your shirt and koofy socks. Can you even wear socks? I don't even think you have feet, especially not as a cloud. So you can't stop us because we have koofy socks. Yay! Now please stay here with the rest of the wardens.
Archdemons attacking the north wall!
Signal of retreat! Fall back to the trap!
Can't see the signal fires through the smoke!
Try the horns!
The Archdemon's too loud!
No one's retreating!
There's no choice, sir. We're under siege. We have to fall back to the dragon trap.
Forget the trap. Send word to Commander Janos. Rally outside the wall.
Janos is dead.
Rook, what are you doing here?
What does it look like? You need help, and I think we
You can figure it out in the dungeon. Arrest them.
No, you need to listen to them. We are under attack by a god.
Do you hear yourself? There's no such thing. Stop finding excuses to be a coward. We'll stop the enemy outside the walls.
The enemy is outside the window.
Grey Wardens don't hide in our castle. I won't ask good soldiers to turn tail and run. We're an army of steel, holding back the blight. Order every blade out of Weisshaupt.
We'll all die, sir.
That's an order, Warden.
First Warden, you're confused. Notice the blood in your ear? It's the calling, isn't it? The Archdemon's messing with your mind while its master mocks you.
No one mocks the Wardens.
Of course not. You're the only force in Thedas that can stop this. But not if they burn your castle to the ground.
Not on my watch.
This is your watch. Unless you become the leader who defied a god.
They'll know our steel. Get down! Antoine! The dragon trap! What needs to be done?
It's 100 years old, never been used.
Rook, get to the trap. Get it working.
Me?
You were right. I wasn't. Now go show this guard what mortals are made of. We'll have your back.
I'll hold you to that. Come on!
Yeah, I know it's definitely more satisfying to punch him in the face.
This is about to get a lot
But
worse. You ready?
I'm metagaming a little bit, albeit I do tend to play more diplomatic characters in general. By convincing him, you do get something useful later in the game. Where if you punch him in the face, you get... You know, that is one thing. I understand that, like in Mass Effect, that if you punch a reporter in the face, you don't get her as a war asset in the third game or whatever, which is kind of hindering, but at least after some of the DLC was added along with some patches, you didn't absolutely have to get every single war asset to be able to get the ending you wanted in Mass Effect 3, you know? Whereas this game, I feel something that should kind of be held against it is not all choices are made equal. I would say they arguably do give you a choice that's technically right or wrong, which is a little annoying because these choices are meant to be. Because I feel if you're going to be given a choice, there should be consequences for your actions regardless of what you go with.
Now let's get past this blight. How much farther to the trap?
Then again, I suppose the consequences is that more people disapproved me convincing the Warden Commander rather than just punching him out. But like, outside of not being able to romance Lucanus, I feel that in many ways the game is skewed more towards it's less of a detriment to say, like, there aren't as many drawbacks to letting Treviso get annihilated versus Minrathos, or I don't want to talk about some of the other decisions that do work a little better, but like right there, but again, just this choice in particular, there isn't outright as strong of a benefit to just punching out the first warden, besides just the mere satisfaction of punching out the first warden, which admittedly, that could be enough for some people. If that's enough for some people, good. It's just, like, when Abby first played the game, she punched out the first warden, whereas I convinced him. And when she kind of saw the benefit I got from not punching him out, she's like, oh, she's like, I wish I had. She said that she wished she hadn't done that, because she didn't really get much of anything out of the more aggressive route, you know? Again, outside of, say, the personal just the satisfaction.
We can't break the siege by ourselves.
I'm not trying to. Just push ahead. We have to keep moving.
That's the last of them.
Keep moving.
Let's pull the ballista up to the edge and just start shooting it straight down into those guys. Excuse me.
This way is blocked.
Time to improvise. Maybe that ballista can help.
If we can clean the blight from it. Why not aim for Gillinane's dragon?
It's not a dragon, and it takes more than a ballista to kill one.
I still think Emmerich has a point.
There.
I mean, because even if the ballista doesn't kill it, we can certainly use it to possibly ground the damn thing. Because in Dragon Age Origins, I forget his name, but that one warden literally jumped on its back and stabbed the green with his fucking sword, and that successfully grounded the damn thing. Yes, he died in the process, but he grounded it.
2 holds. What does that mean?
The outer defenses are gone.
First Warden's ordering the retreat. We're getting close. We'll cut across the wall.
Oh, shoot. Damn it. Nothing to be done.
If this is the wall, it's gone.
There's another way to the trap. Through the library. Takes longer, but it'll get us there.
Let's do it.
I worried you and the First Warden might come to blows, Rook.
Thought about it?
It's a miracle you talked him down.
Better earn it.
Yeah, just kind of going back to what I was saying about these different moral choices not always having the best outcome. I think that's the problem I've had with this sort of morality and approval system, is I don't feel BioWare has really got it down in a way that truly feels, shall we say, unbiased? Because, yeah, just... I mean, I think probably Paragon for life regardless of what the benefit was, but I just always feel that there's always been more benefits to being Paragon in Mass Effect versus going Renegade.
It's coming back.
To be
Sounds
perfectly
like
frank,
10,000 Darkspawn
one of the
knocking on
reasons
door.
why Mass Effect Andromeda was my favorite Mass Effect game is because they did away with the morality, the Paragon and Renegade system altogether. Yes, I know. there's a strong argument to be made that's like that was a key part of the Mass Effect series, and it's now a series just taking away, you know, features before that were well liked. And like, yes, valid argument. Like, it's a valid argument. But I never felt like the Paragon and Renegade system worked like they should. Like, there was always like a right and a wrong answer, or most frustratingly, even the Paragon and Renegade system, even though you had like meters that would fill up based on your Paragon and Renegade actions, the meters themselves didn't matter for shit. It's like the game simply tracked how many, like, your percentages of like how many times you answered Paragon versus Renegade. So it's like you could have a full fucking Paragon meter, but then not have the Paragon needed to talk someone down or whatever. And I always hated that. And that's also kind of why I liked that Dragon Age Inquisition. It still had approval, but it dropped the approval meters. Because, well, I didn't mind. No, I thought the approval meters were a little better implemented in Dragon Age 2, because it's like, yeah, it makes sense that you'd have to get close to Isabella, Aveline, Fenris, Merrill in order to get them to fight against or to do something out of character because they care more about you. Like in the first game, I'm really grateful they added the special gifts that gave you 50 plus friendship right away, because it was so fucking hard to gain approval in the first game, in my humble opinion. And I mean, I feel that was illustrated by when we did the Awakening DLC, and I never was able to do Oghren stuff because I just never could get enough approval with the guy. Then again, I have very mixed feelings about the Awakening DLC. I like what it does when it comes to adding lore to the world, but I don't think it's that great as a whole. Plus, it's a buggy mess. Unless you play it on PC, because you can then get some mods to make it better, but still, I just... Besides when I did the Awakening DLC as Edgelord for you guys, I think I've only ever done the Awakening DLC maybe once before. I know Abby, tried doing it, and it bugged out on her in a way that she just didn't see the point of continuing to play it, because it's like, she now couldn't complete some quests through no real fault of her own. And again, I can't really blame her. I am not the biggest fan of the Awakening DLC by any means. In fact, to be perfectly frank, I'm not the biggest fan of most of the DLC for the first game. Because, like, Witch Hunt is fine. It's nice that it, shows what happens to Morgan, and it is also kind of nice that it does set up Morgan having an Illuvian in the third game. But I didn't personally think it was all that great on its own. The Liliana DLC, I'm like, oh, it's kind of fun to get to see Liliana's backstory with Modula and see how she ended up where she was. But I'd argue it's not really necessary either. I feel that the game itself did a good enough job of explaining Liliana that I didn't expressly need to see the betrayal. But the game's not any weaker for having being shown it. The golems that basically existed, I feel, to set up the evil flesh golem thing that Orsino used in the second game, I don't really care for that DLC one bit. It's interesting, but I played it once, never had any interest in going back. And then I think there's like a Darkspawn DLC, where I think you play as a Darkspawn during the Battle of Denerim, and you get to just kill everybody. I'm like, okay, this is a fun novelty, I suppose, but
don't quit.
it's
There's a
not
way out
that
of this mess
fun
somewhere.
in the long run,
Library's
and
not
all it
far.
really
It'll put
does
us
is
right
that
next
it
to the
unlocks
dragon
like
There's still a
a really
chance.
good dark spawn weapon that you can now use in all subsequent playthroughs. But it's not something I'm going to be like, gotta do that over and over again, because it was so much fun to be a dark spawn and kill everybody. I don't know.
This way!
Where's Evka?
Facing down some darkspawn. Just keep moving.
Library's not far.
Oh boy.
We can do this.
Yeah, well, let's find out.
Sinking home. Your blood knows you'll die here.
Whereas the DLC of Dragon Age 2, I actually felt the DLC for that game was a much better deal as a whole. Now, okay, that's a lie. Just to back up, I liked the DLC where we went to the old abandoned Grey Warden. Let me just say, the DLCs that were implemented in the main story, like Shale and whatever, Soldier's Peak, I liked those DLCs quite a bit. But most of the DLCs that are involved in,
Do we know how yet?
We can't do anything
like, they
about
basically
Villainy.
were separate
The
save
Archdemon's
files, didn't
dead.
care for like any of
She's
them
invulnerable.
besides Awakening. And even then, I don't like Awakening much. Like, but yeah, Dragon Age 2, don't really care that much. I don't really care that much for Sebastian's DLC, but that's just because I don't think Sebastian's that interesting of a character. Like, we went from Shale being the DLC character in the first game to Sebastian in the second. I'm like, that's a disappointment. I liked the DLC. We went and fought Corypheus, that was fun. The DLC for Talus, I just do not need that, like, at all. I did not care for it at all. I do not like Talus. It just really only existed to promote that web series. It just doesn't have much. Plus, this might be, you know, heresy, being a millennial nerd. I don't like Felicia Day very much. I don't hate her as a person, but I don't think she's a very good actor. I don't think she's that funny. Honestly, I kind of feel she only got famous was because she was a more conventionally attractive woman who was really into super nerdy pastime. Yeah, in the 2000s, that was still more of a rarity. But thanks to the success of like Critical Role, more and more women and well, it's now a lot more popular to play games like D&D and play video games. Nerd culture's become way more widely accepted. That just the novelty of Felicia Day being a more conventionally attractive woman who's into nerd shit doesn't hold the sway it once did, in my humble opinion. Because quite frankly, and again, I'm not trying to say Felicia Day is a bad actor or a bad performer or she shouldn't be proud of her accomplishments or you shouldn't like Felicia Day. I'm merely just saying these are just the reasons why I don't like Felicia Day. Or I just feel Felicia Day's overrated, I should say. But I am saying that the Mark of the Assassin DLC, I think, sucks. Like, really badly. I don't even think it adds much to, like, the lore of Dragon Age to really make it that worthwhile in the grand scheme of things. Because, like, even if, say, for example, like, I don't like the Awakening DLC very much, but the stuff with the Architect is super interesting. And heck, even if Corypheus didn't come back in the third game, just the thing that Corypheus adds to the world as a whole is beneficial, in my opinion.
Mila, you're a lifesaver.
Darkspawn almost had you for lunch.
You're not wrong.
Well, let's not hang around for dinner. Come on.
Have you found your father, Mila?
Let's see, I didn't get any of the like equipment DLCs. I don't think I did. So, and they give you good weapons that level up with you, which I'm like, I mean, if you just want to start the game with a weapon that you'll never not use and you never need to worry about equipment, that's fine. But I just wasn't. I mean, outside of some of the equipment just looking cool, I just didn't really like those DLCs because it trivialized the loot. And I'm usually of the opinion, I'm like, I want to be able to get new weapons and loot and armor throughout the course of the game, because that's just another way to keep you invested in the game, because you want to see what new and powerful stuff you eventually get access to, if you know what I mean. But again, that could just be me. I know some people are definitely like, I would rather just get something good that I then don't need to worry about constantly swapping around my runes and buffs and having to get used to a new damage type. And valid. No, that's totally valid. It's just not really my thing. I like getting new stuff. That's why I appreciate it, because like I've shared this story, but I was really into the Dragon Age 2, or not Dragon, Darksiders 2 fandom in that game's pre-release, so I took part in like the Facebook, because like they actually did a number of polls that are like, hey, which one of these exclusive weapons do you guys want to be, you know, part of like the pre-order bonus? Where it's like, hey, because there was supposed to be like an online system for like the sharing, or like basically kind of like you could get mystery gifts from the company, but unfortunately because THQ went out of business very quickly after Darksiders 2 came out, that system was used for like basically nothing. But they did have like a number of like weapons you could get from those. Now thankfully those weapons now, because like if you play like an original release of Darksiders 2, there's no way in the game to get this equipment. But what I do like about it is that the definitive edition and all subsequent editions of the game that were released after THQ became THQ, you want to kind of destroy these bolts or whatever? There are ways to get them in game, but back to what I was saying is like even all those weapons that you could start the game off with, they usually weren't the absolute best weapons you could get, so there always was still a sense of forward momentum, you know?
We're coming! We're coming!
Were they still really good and you could use them for a good chunk of the early game? Absolutely, but they weren't meant to be the end-all be-all weapons as a whole. I love that image.
You're alive. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
If this door doesn't hold, all bets are off.
What about the dragon trap?
The trap will work. Take it from a blacksmith. You set it off and get out of the way.
Dad!
Mila!
I told you not to get lost.
Hope she wasn't too much trouble.
She literally saved our bacon.
Can we hire her?
You don't have enough gold.
I love
the
Mila
real
so much.
problem is getting that dragon to land.
Lucanis, the dagger. I guarantee this'll get Gillinean's attention.
And then?
She sends the archdemon after me. We trap it, Davrin kills it, and Lucanis, you take your shot.
Just like that.
I'm not going down without a fight.
Is this one you can win?
I mean to find out.
Right. Then let's go. No one's seen the first warden.
I do think it's strange
Don't
that
think he made it.
Evka and
I
what was his
see.
name, the elf? They're all just wearing like the
The others will rally around his sacrifice.
Be ready for it.
Are
Come on.
all just wearing
know a way to the
Warden
trap.
small clothes rather than Warden armor, you know? Because it's like they're basically wearing the same casual outfit that I wear around the lighthouse. Yeah, I'm surprised their designs didn't incorporate actual, like, armor, you know? It's not a complaint. It looks good on them. It's just, I don't know. It's just something that sticks out to me. Then again, you could argue that Isabella just wears the casual outfits from the Lords of Fortune, and, well, she doesn't get involved in as many fights as the Wardens do, but same principle, I guess.
The condition of these books. What happened?
She's affecting everything.
Let's just find our way through this mess.
Should be a door on the other side. That'll put us near the trap.
We must clear out this blight first. When we trap this archdemon, doesn't the Grey Warden have to land the last blow?
Yeah, and die doing it.
What?
It's complicated, but every warden is prepared for the sacrifice. I'm ready.
I'm a warden too.
But you're the warden leading this outfit. People need you alive.
Okay, good. I'm glad
Has
they
to be me
addressed
that
that.
kills it. Maybe they'll hang my portrait in here someday.
It's not over yet.
Will be soon enough.
Okay, yeah, I am glad they addressed
strike
that,
down
because, like,
Gillenane?
That's why we came here.
because, yeah, if you play as literally any
One
other
impossible thing at a time.
origin, yeah, Davern would be the only Grey Warden in the party, so Davern would be the only one who could strike the Archdemon down. So again, I'm glad that they do still have Rook chiming in, being like, I could do it. It's like, yes, but as of right now, you're too important to die. So like, okay, I can appreciate that. It's kind of like in the original game, if, you know, you or Alistair do have to die to take out the Archdemon, there is a strong argument to be made that it's like, Alistair, you're king. Like, yes, I may have been the one who led this outfit to success, but this is literally our final battle. It's more important for you to win, because you got more work that only you can do. And yes, I know there's the option of having Loghain die, but I don't like making Loghain a warden. I was actually surprised to find out how many people prefer Loghain to Alistair, which I just don't get. It's like, yeah, I know Alistair's kind of a dork and can annoy some people, but I'm like, and I know that Loghain does try to be remorseful and truly make amends afterwards, but I'm like,
let's get out there.
It doesn't feel like a genuine change. It's very much like, well, my honor requires me to kind of resign myself to this and commit to it, you know? And yes, admittedly, he is a much more likable character in the third game when he can come back, but still, I don't go for that. I don't like it very much.
There's the way out.
There! That Griffin statue. I'll get Gillenane's attention.
We'll help you push past the Darkspawn.
Because I think the best comparison I can make is the people who pick Loghain, I'm like, that would be like if you asked me to pick between Solus and Fenris, or Solus and Party, if you know what I mean. Sure, yes, I admit, I do usually romance Solus in the third game instead of anyone else, but admittedly that's because for me, at least, Dragon Age Inquisition had some of the least appealing romance options, so... I mean, yes, there's Blackwall. I like Blackwall. There's Josephine. I like Josephine fine. I liked Dorian, but I prefer playing the female Inquisitor, so that's not an option. So it's like, yeah, admittedly...
Now I die.
So it's like, yes, I like it, but due to the other options not being as good.
Come down here and fight.
And yes, Solus is one of my favorites, or is my favorite Dragon Age character, but I don't pick Solus to live over any other character except for Vivian. Just because, yeah, he's interesting, but he's an absolute bastard, you know? That's fucking cool. Now, stab it. Stab it. Stab it! Someone stab it.
Tavrin.
Give Hassan a hug for me. Stay your blade, Warden. Sir?
Now, this does happen regardless of if you punch him in the face.
Let an old man spill the blood today and make amends for his mistakes.
You do the Grey Wardens proud, sir.
Too many wardens have died for that. You're the real warden.
And that's just, this scene is very sweet, I feel, despite how much of a prick this guy is.
We mortals have a saying. In war, victory. In peace, vigilance. In death, sacrifice. Racing heart, ragged breath, a waste of useful blood. Lassa, Hedley, Galara.
What is it becoming?
Real archdemon.
The other form was only a shell?
We have to kill it. Gillenage is vulnerable until we do.
Unlike us.
I think I might be a little over-leveled for this. Yeah, just a little bit.
What's going on?
Spook Gillenade. Maybe she wants to talk.
No, I think I'm just over-leveled. Oh well, this was multiple phases, so that doesn't grant a complete disappointment.
Think we're wearing it down.
My creation has many shapes. Take the mortals,
Wait, if nobody failed.
Or I could just be over-leveled and there's no nuance to this.
flesh is limitless. New forms to be perfected, new appetites to be sated.
his brain.
You can't win this.
Take this turkey chin. Itsuki-dora!
It's Gillinane's last stand. We can do this.
We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. Me and you. We can do it. We won't rue it. Anyway, I couldn't stop singing there. So it's copyrighted.
Spectacular rope.
Finish her! Let's go!
Give me another shot.
Too late! Back to the Alluvian! Is it working?
I hope so.
Best odds all day.
Where's Emmerich?
Evka sent word. Last of the civilians made it to Lavendel. Janos and his people held the line long enough for them to escape Weishaupt. And the Wardens are in Lavendel too.
What's left of them, you mean? Over 1,000. That's how many fellow Wardens I had. And now, one god, one archdemon. That's all it took to nearly wipe out our entire order.
I promise you, Davrin, we'll make Gillinane pay. For every warden she killed, every child left alone, there will be a reckoning.
How? We all saw what she did. That's beyond our...
We killed her archdemon, though. That's something, isn't it?
That's an incredibly rare accomplishment.
Yeah, after it turned into a snake monster with too many heads. Are all blighted dragons gonna do that? I don't know how to fight that.
Well, at least we've made Gillinane mortal.
Mortal or immortal, doesn't matter if we can't get close enough. We had our shot at her, and we missed.
Say what you mean, Davrin. I missed.
Nobody blames you for that, Lucanus.
Yeah? Maybe I do. This crow has a demon inside him, right?
Davrin, that's
no,
uncalled
that's
for.
not...
How do we know we can trust him? Maybe the demon pulled his punches.
Okay, hold on. Now we're getting...
And you, Warden? What about the blight that runs through your veins?
Yeah, no, if we're gonna be...
The same blight that chokes my city. The same blight that Gillinane commands so effortlessly.
Just a moment, please.
Enough. We're on the same side here, and for the same reasons. We all saw the terror these gods will bring, and chose to stand against it. This team needs to depend on each other, to unite against impossible odds. That's the only hope we've got.
We're all in agreement on that point, Rook. But the question remains, how? We barely survived against one of the gods.
I nearly got her.
Nearly. But spite is a creature of raw emotion. Your turmoil over what befell Treviso feeds him. Both of you vying for control. It's no wonder you missed such a rare opportunity.
Don't go there. Do not.
I think we've all been distracted.
I've been preoccupied myself after discovering that hand of glory.
And I can't stop worrying about my new magic and what it means.
Or what the Venatoria are up to in Docktown.
Until those problems are resolved, we will not be prepared to face the gods.
Okay, that's what you're
getting at. A moment of inattention, a single lapse could prove fatal. And the gods will allow no second chances.
Thank you for being the voice of reason, Emmerich.
He's right, Rook.
We can't afford to stumble. The gods will jump on that in a heartbeat. We must be ready for them. That said, we need to find them first. Harding, can you send word to Evka? See if she has any rested scouts.
Scouts? Why?
The Darkspawn that attacked Weishaupt had to come from somewhere. I bet they'll be headed back there. Following them should at least put us on the gods' trail.
Got it.
As for the rest of...
Look, nothing against Emmerich. He's right about needing focus. But what happened at Weishaupt? That was more than a distraction.
So is what happened to Treviso. What the Blight has done to the city, to its people. These are more than distractions, Rook.
Either way, we all need to step back, clear our heads.
So, how do you think that went?
Davrin was still upset there at the end. That's his right, after the horrors at Weishaupt, but I hoped I'd gotten through to him.
They stopped fighting when you told them to. That's something.
Emmerich's right, though. Everyone on this team has some kind of unfinished business hanging over their heads.
That's the danger in recruiting competent people. They bring more interesting and complicated problems along with them. So go help, Rook. Support them. Solve those problems. And maybe start with Davrin and Lucanus. With Treviso and Weishaupt. They've got more in common than they did before.
And the gods?
You've asked the wardens to track them through
I
the
didn't actually get to see this scene when
That'll
Abby
take
played
time.
through it to see, because like
use
obviously
that time
Nev.
to check in with the team.
Because when Abby saved
then
Treviso in her playthrough,
I should go
so
talk
it's
with
like,
Solus.
I'm trying to remember if it was
Better you than
Nev
me.
who was at
He'll want to know all about
Davrin's throat.
Gillenane, the Archdemon, and
But
why you
it
only
makes more
stopped
sense
one
that
of them.
because Davrin
You
was
know,
still upset with
all this talking wears me out.
I know, 'cause how would that
I'm
play
going
out?
to take
'Cause
a nap. See you
Davrin's
later,
upset
kid.
with Lucanus
Good
because
luck.
he missed his shot, and then he's bringing up, it's like, hey, bitch, Treviso suffered just as badly as Weishaupt. So, yeah, no, I really kind of wish I'd seen that scene in Abby's playthrough. I mean, I know that in at least one of my playthroughs, I am going to ultimately save Treviso instead, but I'm not at the moment just yet. Because I know it's like, I do know I want to romance Nev at some point. So here's kind of where I'm at right now is that I am on the fence about like, okay, should I romance Nev now so I can save Lucanus' city in another playthrough and then romance one of the other characters? Or because I'm a Grey Warden, should I romance Davrin now? Because, again, I'm not going to spoil it, but there is a choice that you can make in this game that does result in, well, I don't really want to spoil it, but basically you do kind of have to make a choice as well between Davrin and Harding. That makes it so you can't really have a complete romance with either of them either. And since Harding's my favorite girl, or my favorite romance in this game, I know that most games I am going to ultimately pick Harding just because of how much I like her. So, but I'm like, this time around, I'm like, no, since I did Balara last, or since I went with Harding in my first playthrough, should I do I'm gonna pick Davrin this time round. So I'm like, shoot, does that mean I should romance Davrin this time round? Because I know for the most part I am gonna pick Harding in other playthroughs, because again, I love Harding too much. I don't know. I don't have an answer, because while I do want to romance Davrin at some point, and I think now would be a great opportunity to do that, I've also haven't seen Nev's romance or Balara's romance either, and I love both of them as well. I don't know. These are my first world problems that I am mulling over. Lots and lots to do here. Yep, not surprising. Actually, a little surprised there's still nothing to do in Treviso. Alright. Oh. Okay. I'd forgotten about that little detail, but cool.
Oh, hi, Rook. Can I ask you a question? Actually, never mind. Don't worry about it.
Okay, you're several lines ahead of me here. Let's start with me saying, hi, Balara.
Right. Okay. It's just, you know, the elf thing. We're fighting our gods. Our gods. It feels a little surreal, and I know surreal.
Yeah, you and Davrin have it rough. At least we're only fighting your gods because they're evil. Maybe not the most helpful point to make.
No, it actually helps a little. But still, those are our gods out there, rampaging around. Maybe people don't trust us. Maybe they shouldn't.
It isn't your fault your gods woke up and decided to destroy the world. You didn't create your gods, and you aren't them. Not anymore.
That feels too easy. Like we're not taking responsibility. And I don't know, I feel guilty. Anytime I think about it, really.
So who's that helping?
Who's what helping?
Feeling guilty.
Well, no one, I guess, but then what should I do?
I don't know. But you're kind and compassionate, and that matters. It makes a difference.
Rook, that means a lot. Thank you. But is it really that easy? Does kindness make up for it? What my people did, I mean?
The Evanurists did those things. And they did them to your people.
Yeah. It's hard. All of it's hard. But I feel better. A little bit, anyways. Thanks for talking to me and listening to me.
Hey, anytime. It's what I'm here for.
Right. It's a good thing to be here for. See you later, Rook.
Lucanus, are you in here brooding?
I'm fine.
That's not a no.
I had her. She should have never gotten away from me. This was our contract, Rook. I don't fail my contracts.
Just think how much more satisfying it'll be when you do take her down.
We cannot count on a second shot. I thought I still had this. Even with Treviso suffering, I thought I could still focus on what mattered. I need to work.
Gillenane was a giant face in the clouds, Lucanus. I asked you to stab a cloud.
And I missed the damn cloud.
My point is, that was impossible, and you still almost did it. That's not small.
I was distracted. That cannot happen again. I need to get my head on straight.
Whatever you need to do.
Have you been to talk to the others? Davrin, especially. I think everyone might have things to deal with now. It's been too long since I checked in with Viago. I should find out if things in Treviso are stable. If I need to return there, I'll let you know. I won't miss another chance to make things right.
Again, I haven't played the God of War games, but I am familiar with a particular line. It's like when Kratos says you were given an impossible task, don't blame yourself for failure or something like that. I feel that that very much applies to this situation. It's like, yeah, I asked you to do something basically impossible. So the fact that you almost did it is still impressive.
Nev, that coffee in the kitchen, you made it?
Keen eye.
Did you boil it? If so, why?
I'm not picky. I got a cup and it does the job. That's all I ask.
I don't know where to go with this.
Do you even know what you're drinking?
It's not entirely a liquid now.
It's an adventure.
So, what's the coffee for?
I've been looking into the threads.
The Minrathus crime syndicate.
Yeah, smuggling, extortion, protection rackets. The threads have fingers in the lot. They stay out of slavery and they're decent about the rest, but something stirred them up. They've increased activity, changed their patterns. Docktown's in chaos. Remember Alec, the thread-selling charms? He wants to talk and he doesn't reach out for nothing.
Sounds fun.
You've got strange taste in fun.
So do you.
Bad habit.
Ready when you are. Though maybe Lucanus should make the coffee.
Probably helps your odds of survival.
Viago should taste this. Only thing worse than snake venom.
I love Lucanus's obsession with coffee. It's hilarious.
Davrin, about Weishaupt. Just wanted to make sure you're okay after,
I wouldn't say that, no. That's Renaud. Malmont. Anya. We used to argue. Who'd be the one to take an archdemon down? Who die so that others could live. Not sure any of us believed it'd actually happen.
When the moment came, you did the Wardens proud.
Did I? Because I'm still here. They're not.
This whole mess is my battle more than anyone else's. I should have died before they did.
Can't help but wonder. Maybe a warden who survives an archdemon is no warden at all.
It's in your blood. Our blood. No escaping it.
But we just did.
Who knows what happened? Maybe the gods changed things and the old rules don't apply. Why is being alive a problem?
Because I didn't expect to be here. Grey Wardens have an expiration. It pushed me.
There's more fight to go.
And if we manage to pull that off?
You'll do what you do best. Hunt monsters.
Plenty of people can do that. I'm talking purpose. I feel like a blade sharpened all these years to confront the worst darkness in the world. And my blade struck true at Weishaupt. What now?
Well, you'll raise a song to create a world where the light outshines the darkness.
Yeah? Well, let me tell you. That will require a lot more gingerwort truffles.
If you want company, I'll be there.
I was kind of hoping you'd say that.
Just kinda?
Well, I'm not that easy to catch.
Hey, I know a griffin. He'll hunt you down.
Oh, you're in on this too, boy?
I don't think you're ever shaking him loose.
I can live with that.
While you sort that out, maybe you and Lucanus can try to bury the hatchet.
You can have Hassan dig a hole and he can bury it in there.
I know. That was an incredible shot he took at Gillenane.
Then tell him that. Because fighting each other won't help us defeat the gods.
But we've got help. The Wardens, Shadow Dragons, Crows, Veil Jumpers. We're all in this together.
We are. But they've all got their own problems. If we want their help, we have to help them first.
Is that a plan I hear forming?
I think it could be. Thanks, Davrin.
I think I am leaning on romancing Davrin just because I'm also a Grey Warden this playthrough. I definitely have the best chemistry with Davrin, at least compared to Nev and Balara. Not that, you know, I don't think I have good chemistry with Nev and Balara, but the conversations I'm having with both Nev and Balara definitely, or with Davrin, are definitely feel more personal and intimate.
There's some very interesting veils.
Excuse me. Right.
Hey, am I interrupting?
Done in a sec. Morning ritual. The Darsam.
Those are the ropes people who follow the Qun wear.
We bind ourselves to remember who we are. Tie down the stuff that's too dangerous to leave loose. My mother made me do it every morning before breakfast. I had big fingers. Used to take me forever. Avatosh. Shokratoebra. Only a beast is confounded by knots. A girl masters herself and the Darsam.
You do a pretty good impression of your mother.
What? I don't sound anything like my mother.
Okay.
Rook, Tosh, glad I caught you both. The Grey Wardens found a cave that one of the Blighted Dragons uses as its lair.
Where?
In the Hussberg wetlands. There's no sign of the dragon itself, though.
I should check it out. We need to know how different the Blighted Dragons really are. They might turn into something like Gillenane's archdemon did. If there's a clue, I have to be ready.
We're gonna put off talking to Solus. But did we get anything new, like aesthetics wise? Yeah, what is this? Ah. No, if I was a warrior, that'd be fine and dandy, but nah, doesn't really fit. Oh, there's more? Oh, what's this? Oh, ooh, I like that. Oh, I like that a lot. That is very roguelike. Perfect. We're taking that. You know, that actually does fit as well. We're going to stick with the Griffin helmet. Nope. Yeah, we'll keep that. Yeah, it's got the Griffin on it, but it's a bit more subtle. For the record, I do think this armor looks good, but I just feel this is more Davrin's style. Oh, wait, hold on, you got one. Okay, good. We're not talking to you yet. Journal. Let's see. It's for Nev, Tosh. Don't think, I mean, maybe they are, but I don't think they are. I I am curious, can I now invest in increasing the Grey Warden's strength? Because I couldn't do that before. I think... Looks like Emmerich and Tosh are my lowest. Okay, admittedly, I don't think I'm the biggest fan. Well, actually, that does look kind of good when it's actually properly, like, fluttering behind me. But I do wish that kind of hip thing was a little shorter, because it just looks like I should be tripping on it.
I think we can make this...
Hey, Mila. How are the wetlands?
Blighted?
Right.
The Wardens have a lot to do.
Got something
There
in
we
mind.
go. Definitely buying that.
Good to go.
Still weak.
You need
though,
anything else?
unfortunate.
I'll be here.
Thanks, all.
Yeah, and I'll need to get some more. Oh, there's a lot more quests here to say the very least. I'm definitely going to need to get a lot more shit before I'm really ready. Oh, yeah. Mark that, because I never did that. I don't know why I didn't do that one, but I didn't, so.
The road past the old tree. No one's coming back.
Rook. Greta. Not sure if you remember me. I became a warden around the same time as you.
You are gorgeous,
You look a bit
woman.
worried.
We're not sure where some of our wardens are. Beckett and a few others. We're supposed to check in. We need to look out for each other more than ever. It's just... I know they took Weishaupt hard, and I hope they're okay.
Warden Alona, medic for the Order, or those of us here at least. I've got a lot of patience, but I'll help as I can.
Okay, definitely need to remember
care.
you for sure. We'll want to come back here.
I see we've company.
Nice takedown. Rook, nice one. You ready to fight? Let's go. Rook, not bad.
Okay. I am going to have to end it here because I don't have... I know, I've been saying like the past several weekends that it's like I don't have time to keep going like I'd like. That is just largely because I am trying to... Me and Abby are trying to get a lot more accomplished on the weekends, so I need to stay on top of that. Edgelord will be starting the first Final Fantasy tomorrow. And as long as I'm better, I will be working normal hours this week, so there won't be any bonus streams. Then again, usually when I'm actually sick, I don't have the energy to do a bonus stream, so that doesn't really affect anything. Abby is hoping that maybe she can resume streaming like normal this week, but Abby has just had a lot on her plate, which is why she hasn't streamed in a while. Yeah, I'm not sure when, but I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.